Hello everyone, Nubkeks here, and welcome to our first non-placement game of Hero League Heroes of the Storm Season 2 season right here. We are the team captain as well, and yeah, this should be pretty fun. We're actually going to be climbing up the ranks now as we go, and really looking forward to this actually. So I haven't actually published all the placement games yet, so I haven't received all the feedback on those, but I've gone ahead and recorded this one and brought this one to you. I just felt like playing some Hero League stuff. This is the day of the Zarya patch. I was in the mood for Hero League and trying out some of the new meta things that are in here, and yeah, we are, I suppose the thumbnail spoils it, we are going to be playing e.t.c in this game, and e.t.c has been changed substantially. He's been reworked, he's received a talent rework more than anything. And yeah, we're going to see exactly how that plays out on BOE. Should be pretty fun. Also, it was kind of nice to play BOE again, because it was disabled for the Alarak patch, pretty sure. Unless I'm completely wrong about that. I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway, I'll ban Sergeant Hammer first. I think she's really good in this map. And yeah, let's just get rid of her. They ban Sylvanas. Just getting rid of that really powerful Immortal push. Also a good ban. And we get to first pick Li Ming. That's pretty good. I was considering banning Li Ming, actually. She's very strong on this map too. But more than happy to just get rid of Hammer, Sylvanas and take Li Ming for ourselves. They grab Muradin, so pretty much the #1 tank in my opinion. And they also grab Thrall, really powerful melee assassin, and yeah, great pick too. Not his best map, I don't think, but still, you can't go wrong with Thrall. I was looking to play Vala, however, Cute Kitten X, with a pink skin, of course. Decides to lock her in instead. And that's okay. That's okay. So we're going to get the Vala first. I think that's a good idea. I think Vala's very, very strong. I think Vala is also very strong on this particular map. Does quite a lot of immortal damage. So yeah, then our teammate also locks in the Johanna. He was hovering the Oriole. Honestly, I probably would have preferred to get the Oriole now. Before this second ban phase. It would have left us a bit more free to deal with these bans. I don't feel like the Warriors would be too contested. Even if the enemy team does ban one, it's unlikely that we'd be stuck in a position basically where we didn't have any good warriors. But it does pick the Johanna up. Also not Johanna's best map, because Johanna doesn't really bring any damage to the Immortal. However, it does set up it does set the team up well. It provides nice protection for the Vala and the Li Ming. Really strong front line for them. And also helps to neutralize the Thrall an awful lot, because all that crowd control she's putting out makes life difficult for Thrall. I'm going to ban... They actually ban out Oriole. I feel it's a misclick. I'll tell you why in a second. And I ban out Zagara then. They still need ranged damage. And there's their ranged damage now. But yeah, I was considering picking up the Oriole. I'm just indicating, by the way, that I want to play as second warrior, like a bruiser. And that I prefer if our teammate over here played the support. But yeah, so they picked up Rhaegar with Lunara. I do think Rhaegar is very good at this map. I do think he's very good. However, I really think if you're picking Lunara, why would you not pick Oriole? The combo is just so strong. That is what I would go for, pretty much in all the circumstances. I feel it's a bit of a mispick for them. But anyway, I was hovering Arthas. I switch over to e.t.c. I think e.t.c is still really strong, and I felt that I'd be empowering our Vala an awful lot with the bonus attack speed I can give. I felt that with e.t.c I just bring more damage onto the Immortal and a little bit more control, especially when they picked up Lunara. I was kind of thinking they might pick up Arthas themselves here and actually form a very powerful team. You know, double bruisers for them, but that would still work because Thrall does a lot of damage. But yeah, I was looking at e.t.c and I said, you know what, he should be pretty strong right here. Should have good sustain, good protection, and we'll see how it works out. They actually go for the Nubkeks, looking to counter the Li Ming. I think it's a bad choice. I think the Arthas would have been their best pick there out of the warriors, because Arthas really enables the Lunara and would really make life very difficult for me, particularly on e.t.c. I'd really have a tough time dealing with that. Plus the roots coming out could be pretty scary, but there you go. That is the draft. I think pretty good drafts from both teams. We're obviously running with both teams are running with quite a heavy double warrior composition. And then our damage dealers are Vala and Li Ming. The enemy team has Lunara and Thrall. So yeah, it should be pretty good game. I think it should be a pretty good game. Let's see how things go. do get the Machines of War thing. And I'm going to grab Block Party pretty much out of the gate right here. So what this does is it grants allies a stack of block, reduces the next basic attack damage they take by 50%, lasts 8 seconds, and it's whenever we trigger Rockstar, whenever Rockstar applies, I should say. You can see it down the bottom left there of the screen, the block stacks, and then they wear off. They don't, so let's say you get your first block stack, and 4 seconds into it, you get your next block stack. The first block stack will wear off 4 seconds later. They only last 8 seconds each. You don't like stack them up and it refreshes the duration. They just wear off, so that's good to know. Rockstar is a relatively small radius, but it should definitely be impactful. And so one of the main things I'm looking for in this is, you'll notice, is that I'm going to be looking to kind of stack up my teammates and then use my guitar solo then, something like that, just to get all those stacks of block out on them. We can apply block to multiple heroes at a time, and should be pretty effective. Because we were discussing the Vala's Monster Hunter thing right there. Monsters include the Immortals, so that's good news. I didn't actually know that. I always found that was weird, like bosses and Immortals, do they count differently? Like, does Mercenaries, if it does more damage to Mercenaries, does that count bosses? I always get confused by that, and I never know. And then, I guess, like Garden Terrors, the neutral objectives, that is. Sky Temple Guardians, I guess, and stuff, they all count as monsters. Anyway, you're getting some really good damage down on this Thrall. He's actually going very low. Ooh, Li Ming almost picks him up with an orb, but not quite. We're doing pretty well for ourselves. You can see the block stacks are going to be getting a lot of value, especially against this Thrall. There, the Power Slide actually catches him, stuns him just perfectly, so the Li Ming orb finishes him off. Might have hit him anyway, not entirely sure, but he might have escaped. So, better safe than sorry. Get him with the Power Slide, get the first kill, and the first blood. And nice, nice, nice. We have a Nubarak, by the way, soloing against Johanna. No one is going to die up top. So yeah, that's just like a pretty boring, straightforward lane. They're both just going to soak all that XP, and we can effectively ignore it. There's nothing to worry about for anyone about that top lane. It's completely safe for everyone involved. Bottom lane is where all the action is happening, and thankfully that's where I'm looking. So there we go, cool. I'm gonna lurk in this bush right here, see what's gonna go down. So the big changes to e.t.c, in case you don't know. Power Slide talents are gone. You're going to notice that actually during this game. So your Power Slide, you can't get it going faster or wider. It doesn't work anymore. But it has by default the longer length, so that's good. You still get the length on it, ladies, but you won't get the width or the speed, unfortunately, which are important too, I guess. But yeah, anyway, we're kind of zoning them out here. Running back now. Johanna's actually in a bit of a rough spot, but she hopefully will escape alive. Li Ming is very low on life and everything. I'm coming in, gonna try and knock them back and then Power Slide out. So I think we should all just about escape. Yeah, we do. Yeah, just about make it out. That was a pretty crazy fight right there. But hopefully indicative of what's going to be a pretty good game. So I'm just saying great because he's found out that the arrow, it does work on the Immortals and it does hit really hard. So that's pretty awesome. Very happy about that. Throwing some damage down on these guys. Now Brightwing is coming in, so just going to focus some fire on the Rhaegar. Rhaegar gets picked off with the Brightwing arriving, so that's pretty sweet. We got the stun on the Rhaegar as well, helping to ensure that kill with the damage arriving. And the crowd control, the Brightwing on top of it. I do have my Power Slide ready again. Running a bit low on mana. There we go. Unfortunately, didn't stun the Murden, which was my intent. But you can see that was a situation where with the wider, quicker Power Slide, we would have caught him. But with the Power Slide version that we currently have, we didn't quite get him. I'm going to spend my last bit of mana here, get my allies a stack of block. I'm actually just going to Hearthstone out. I'm not going to do very much, unfortunately. Not going to do very much, unfortunately, because I don't have any mana. All my mana is gone. So I'm just going to say you're going to be late. Saying, yep, I'm going to be late. So not ideal at all. Just the way things worked out. I will arrive right at the very, very end. We're going to get this anyway. So, in hindsight, I probably could have stayed Hearthed a little bit longer, just for replenished all my mana. I guess it doesn't matter too much with the globes we won from that Immortal. But, I mean, if the enemy team had tried to invade our Immortal or something like that, I would have arrived in time for the fight and actually been able to do stuff with the mana I had. As it was, didn't work out too much. Anyway, I got rooted there so I couldn't catch him with the Power Slide, which I was definitely looking for. You have to be much more particular with your Power Slides now. You have to think about them a lot more. It's much easier to miss, it's much easier to dodge. So yeah, being smart about Power Slide usage is going to be a big part of what makes a good e.t.c now. Murden Dwarf tosses out, and they're sort of zoning them out. As you can see though, the block stacks that we're giving ourselves and our allies are neutralizing a lot of the damage that Thrall could do, a lot of the damage that Lunara does as well. And yeah, it's definitely having a very large impact on this fight. I'd say especially later in the game, if, you know, once Thrall gets follow through, Muradin may pick up the... What's the taunt he gets? I forget what it's called. Give him the axe. If he picks up Give him the axe, which is bonus basic attack damage there. Once again, you can see if we'd had the wider power slide, that was a stunned Thrall, and a dead Thrall, in fact. Instead, I mess it up. Thinking, basically forgetting that it's a slower and narrower skill shot, and therefore it misses. So, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about in practice. The different e.t.c. play kind of coming into effect. In a bad way, making a mistake. Oh, by the way, at level 4 I picked up, what's it called? Is it, Speedmetal. It's called Speedmetal. And I actually, initially I thought it only applied to me, so that's why I thought it kind of sucked. It gives you 10% move speed for 2 seconds whenever you activate your passive. However, it applies to everyone that your passive applies to. So this is another thing I'm going to be doing in this game. Not only am I going to be trying to apply these block stacks, I'm also going to be applying movement speed. It also gives, by default, your passive gives attack speed. So we're going to give block stacks, movement speed, and attack speed to our allies whenever we activate one of our abilities near them. So that's going to be a big focus for me in this. It's really cool, actually. It's a very different type of e.t.c. gameplay. It's like they were saying in the patch notes, you know, that Bard style of gameplay. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. Just empowering our allies. Level 7 I picked up Echo Pedal. Gonna give us bonus minion damage and bonus damage to mercenaries. No, not to the immortals. Doesn't do bonus damage to monsters, unfortunately. But it should give us some more damage in the team fight, and the extra wave clear and everything is going to be pretty effective as well. You can see here, I was considering going in. We know Vala isn't there though, and that I think most of the enemy team was. Might have been all 5 of them, so just being careful, not going too deep. There you go. You can see the move speed is actually kind of substantial. You really do notice it, and that's applied to your whole team that are nearby. It is a small radius for applying the Rockstar. You'll see the little graphical effect under their feet. There you go. So you should get a pretty good idea for it, being able to watch where it is applying in this game. And as you see, we just about win that Immortal race. Johanna finishes off the Wisp from the Lunara, which is lurking in that bush. And an interesting Immortal spawn. This is the crazy one. This is where shit goes nuts. This is where shit goes nuts when you get this Immortal spawn. Each team starting beside their own Immortal. I mean, as you can see, like, the self-sustain from Guitar Solo is kind of enough to deal with the Lunara Poison, and then their basic attacks aren't able to do too much. We're able to just go really deep into the enemy team, and really not worry too much. A bit of a nuts fight right here, everyone going very, very deep. Johanna is right in the middle of them. I've come in here as well, trying to get the stun down on the Thrall. Kind of missed. We get him knocked back with the W, though. Thrall's positioning a bit all over the place in this particular game. And there you go, our teammates are coming in. Might hit Vala with a speed boost here, we'll see. Just gonna step outside of that. Again, I'm looking for a bit of a fight right here. There we go, going deep inside the enemy team as well. Knocking them back with the W. I'm taking a fair few hits, but I should get out okay. Gonna hit Rhaegar a few times as well. The Echo Pedal doing some damage on top of that. There you go, Vala coming around from the side. She's very low on life, so we need to be careful. Brightwing's are slowly healing people up. I've gone in deep here. Hopefully we'll pick up this Lunara kill. Not quite, actually, and mistake from me. Lunara does escape. Our teammates weren't quite in a position to be able to follow up on that, so misplay from myself. Going a little bit greedy, thinking we could follow it up, but the way the terrain was structured, plus the enemy Immortal being right there, we just weren't able to make it out. This Li Ming is probably dead. Nice juke, though. I'd be shocked if she lived. Muradin does Dwarf Toss in and finish her off. Ooh, Thrall escapes with just a sliver of life. And Vala might go down as well. Yeah, Vala goes down as well. That's rather unfortunate. Bit of a cascade of events there. Going from me going that little bit too aggressive and being a bit too ambitious. But Johanna makes it out alright, and that's pretty good. Both teams are level 9.5. Li Ming is saying my fault. It's not really her fault. It would be more my fault, honestly. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Right, I'm able to go in pretty hard here. Once again, I kind of noticed that I really wasn't taking very much damage from the enemy team, so I was able to go very aggressive in terms of zoning them off the Immortal, trying to bide us some time for our heroes to respawn and get back in the fight. And indeed they do. We have arrived right now, and we have started to push in somewhat aggressively here. I forgot. I presume Johanna is applying block to herself, and then Brightwing also applies block. So really, this Thrall's going to have a real tough time ever getting value out of his basic attacks. He's going to have a real tough time ever making work of those. We're going to focus this Nubkeks down, and down he goes. I was casting the stage dive. Unfortunately, I mistimed it. I haven't used stage dive in the longest time, so we did get that wrong. Didn't quite catch the Lunara. I should have aimed it much, much further back. It's a bit of a misplay from me. As you can see, he's got a very short cooldown. But yeah, I honestly thought that mosh pit would be better in this particular game, probably. But they've got a few mosh pit interrupts. But I decided to just go YOLO, complete e.t.c. rework for the sake of this particular video. I thought this was a really interesting game so far and very even. So I decided that, you know what, we're going all in on the new e.t.c. We're not gonna cut any corners. We're not doing any half measures. Let's pick up the stage dive as well. What the heck? Why not? And we see we catch him out. And look at that, like, an Uberak takes so much more damage in return than I do. Brightwing plus my own healing, we're going to be able to sustain through this absolutely no problem, but pretty much free. And yeah, making a nice push up here now with this Immortal. Do catch him in the stun, and then the Immortal stuns him and knocks him back. Vala doing straight for some damage right there. Decent Sundering comes out from the Thrall, catching us. Going to go in, knock them back with the W, just trying to zone them out that little bit. As you can see, these are very long team fights with the double warrior, very long team fights. Coming in, stunning the Uberak and the Murden, just trying to slow them down that little bit. Knocking back the Thrall as well. Johanna's in a bit of a tough spot though. She's been kind of zoned out. The rest of her teammates are over this wall. As we retreat back, it looks like I will be able to live. I got Power Slide ready, so there we go. I just dash out and there we go. Vala has enough life to re-engage, but unfortunately it's just no position to do so. 5 members of the enemy team chasing down this Johanna. She is definitely going to be dead. Nothing much we can do right there. I'm going to Hearthstone here for some mana and some health and come back. Our teammates have retreated away. Johanna, we've given her up for dead. She's juking around, just delaying a little bit. But she does go down in the end. We're going to swing over, grab that Bruiser camp. Just to do something, honestly, while we're waiting for Johanna to respawn. Brightwing's calling for a retreat. He wants to wait until the Immortal spawns in order to cap this, which is a really good idea. And the big question, obviously, is whether the enemy team will invade or not, because that could get kind of scary. And we are on even talent tiers. They're just a little bit behind in terms of level. I mean, we spot the little wisp there in the brush. See, the enemy team are here. Actually, almost missed standing on the point right there because of the Power Slide, which would have been kind of bad, right? Power Slide through an Uberak, and he just stands there and captures it anyway. We do pick up that Merc Camp, steal it away from them, so thank you very much for killing that Merc Camp for us. We'll take it with a smile. And there you go, Brightwing is still waiting there. She can obviously get to the fight if she needs to with her teleport at any given time. Her phase shift, so never really in any danger. That's probably, once again, a very uneventful lane up top. As you can see, Johanna, full health, Thrall presumably on full health. They'll both run out of mana, but nothing much is going to happen. I see Uberak is here. I've noticed that he's playing very scared in this game, and I'm pretty sure that I can just beat him one-on-one. As you see, we do beat him one-on-one. That's the new e.t.c. for you. Much more self-healing, a lot more damage with the Echo Pedal earlier on. And the move speed to kind of keep up with him and keep some pressure on him. I grabbed Face Melt here at level 13. I thought the slow would be really nice against the Thrall and against the Uberak, so that's what I went for. So our W is going to apply a decaying slow, pretty powerful, and it looks like this is descended into a pure Immortal race. You can see I'm going to prioritize using my E on the Immortal, just to give ourselves that Rockstar, that passive attack speed boost. And then I'll use my W as well once that is worn off. You can see the timer down the bottom left. Whenever it's about to wear off, I'll use my W then. I'm going to try to keep my Q off cooldown if possible, just so I've got that stun ready, or the escape ready alternatively, if needs be. Here we go, the enemy team is at their Immortal. This is going to be a big fight, and this is going to decide a lot of this game. We do have the talent tier advantage for the moment, but level 13 is probably going to come out fairly soon. Missed that Power Slide, and Lunara is starting to poke in with some damage. You can see this is very back and forth. This is, like I was saying in the tier list video, much more sustained type game. Sorry, I'm choking. Oh my god. There you go. Nice Power Slide, actually. Thrall, once again, going way out of position and actually getting caught out there in a pretty huge way. We're getting stunned to high heavens. We definitely would not have gotten off much of Mosh Pit right there. Beaming in a little bit of trouble, going to come in here and just help her out that little bit. She does finish him off though. Probably would have killed him on her own. Just trying to make sure that she would have survived. I'm eyeing up that Lunara. I want to try to get a kill on her. We're going to aim this stage dive. Can we get it the second time around? Oh, we barely catch her on the edge of the radius. There we go. Second time lucky. We aim it a little bit better. We're not even going to deal with the Immortal right now. Brightwing is calling for at least one person to go damage it. We are pushing in right here. The camp that we stole earlier on, getting value with that Bruiser camp that we also waited on. So really showing the power of those mercenaries, pushing in right to the core. Now we are on the core. The core's down to 80% health. Now it is only 14 minutes into the game. We're just at level 15. The enemy team is all respawning 50% on the core. We're all focusing it down. Brightwing's calling for a retreat. Myself and Brightwing, or Leeming's calling for a retreat. Myself, Brightwing are calling for a push on the core. And there you go. The core goes down. GG everyone. The poor Kush, it does work. The poor Kush. The poor Kush. It's Moroccan food dish. It's delicious. Pork kush. Yeah, the core rush does work out. Or the core push, I should say. I'm getting confused. And Brightwing does rack up the MVP. So I thought that was a really cool game. Really showing you the new meta as well. Fala coming in here. The reworked e.t.c coming in as well. And yeah, just a very, very different style of e.t.c gameplay, I've got to say. He still feels like e.t.c though, but it definitely, you feel a lot slower, and yeah, you feel a lot tankier as well. It's quite interesting actually how he works out. You definitely feel more like the other warriors did or do. You feel more like Muradin, let's say, than you would have before. I like it actually. I do. I have to say I do like this rework now, having got to play it in a game right here. Nice, 239 points, pretty good. We're literally an inch away, less than an inch or a millimeter away from Diamond 2 promo game, so that's kind of nice. There you go, there's the stats, looking pretty good. Monster Hunter is the talent Vala picked up. Works pretty well on this map, apparently. Works pretty well. Picked up Block Party, so giving block to our teammates, really, really good. Speedmetal, also really good. And then Echo Pedal, so using our abilities, gonna do some AoE damage, so damage in teamfights and split push. Stage dive also helps with the split push. We didn't really get to do it, but that would have been an option at some stage. And face melt as well then at level 13. Level 16 in this game would have gone for imposing presence to help slow down the Thrall and the Lunara. Yeah, level 20, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would have gone for. Probably just the stage dive thing for pure swag value. But yeah, e.t.c is now our trophy dude on the end screen right there, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, new meta in full effect. Slower fights, more sustained fights. Double warrior coming out as well, which really added to that whole longer sustained fights that we had. And I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I thought it was a really good video to bring you for the first Hero League game from the new patch, and the first proper Hero League game as well. Yeah, I thought it was cool, you know, good one to bring, the new e.t.c. And we definitely get a better sense for how he actually plays when you play him in like a Hero League game as opposed to just on the PTO or something like that. And yeah, he's good fun. He's still very powerful, very, very powerful. Definitely a different feel though. A slower, tankier, more supportive feel for sure. Feels much more like Johanna or Muradin, the other tankier warriors. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a like if you liked the video and if you learned something. And yeah, I'll see you guys all next time for some more Hero League stuff. Bye bye.